This is a sports catastrophe production. Hey there, hello there. It's Jeff Cutter Dubbin welcoming you to another sports catastrophe on this day. This is a very somber on this day. I know it doesn't have anything to do with me whatsoever, but it's somber because on May 4th, 1949, one of the greatest soccer air tragedies of all time happened. You can also say that the Manchester United crash in Berlin in 1958 happened. But this one wiped out a whole entire team. Whereas the Man U crash, there were still some players that survived it, including Matt Busby and Bobby Charlton. Anyhow, the Superga, Superga air disaster happened May 4th, 1949, when a Fiat plane carrying the entire Torino football team crashed into the back of the Superga Basilica, or Catholic Church, which is on a hill outside on the outskirts of Turin. So anyway, Turin, to know about this, we have to take some context. Turin was the super team of the 1940s in Italian soccer. You can forget about AC Milan or even Inter Milan or Juventus or even Fiorentina. Torino was the team of the 1940s, and basically almost all the Italian national team played for the Italian squad. Of course, the only problem with the Italian national squad was that they were basically blackballed because of World War II, and rightfully so. So, the Fiat plane was carrying the team home from Lisbon, where they played a friendly against SL Benfica in honor of Francisco Ferreira. I think he died previously. Or was it? Something like that. Oh no, it was just basically the fact that he was playing for Benfica and there was an honorary match that the rumors were circulating that he was going to be with Torino and all that. But no, it didn't happen, all that. Yeah, he received an offer from Torino in 1949 after the Torino coach saw him play for Portuguese national team against Italy. Anyway, Francisco Ferreira, we'll get back to him later. But anyway, after Benfica, the whole Torino team lost their lives. Basically, almost all of the Italian national team. Club officials, including the manager, a Hungarian referee, and the coach, perished in the accident, as well as the crew and 3 Italian sports journalists. Many of the players had to be identified by Vittorio Pozzo, who was the former manager of the Italian national team, who knew about these guys. There were many people who didn't go on the trip. Famed fullback Soro Torma didn't because he had meniscus. The reserve goalie Renato Gandolfi died. Was spared. Vittorio Pozzo was supposed to be on that squad, but he didn't go because of other reasons. So anyway, the 3-engine plane took off from Lisbon May 4th, 1949, and landed at the airport in Barcelona. And the aircraft was refueled during the stopover. So it was headed for Italy and all that. Unfortunately, there was problems and all that. Many people were like, what the heck happened? Now, there was a problem with crosswinds and all that, and locked at altitude. So at 5 p.m. Italian time, the plane made a turn to the left, returned to level flight, and aligned to prepare for landing when it crashed into the back of the Basilica Superga with embankment. The pilot, who likely believed that the hill was off to his right, would have seen it directly, suddenly emerged directly in front of him with the speed being 110 miles per hour, and poor visibility, and couldn't react. So anyway, the tower called at 5:05, got no response, but then they found the crash. It was amazing, you know. It crashed into the back of a basilica, a Roman Catholic thing. Anyway, no survivors, as I said. All that. On the day of the big funeral, 500,000 people took to the streets of Turin to give a final farewell to the players. The following season, the top Italian teams actually were allowed to donate a player to Torino for the season. The shock of the crash was such that the following year, the Italian national team would travel to the World Cup in Brazil by ship. Well, who can freaking blame them? I mean, like, honestly. The crash is commemorated annually. Remains of the aircraft are in a museum near Turin. And that museum was opened in 2008. And 8 of the 18 players were buried at the Turin monument. A shocking death and all that for the Torino team. Because Torino was one of the most successful clubs in Italy. They still have 7 league titles and all that, which was great. They did win one in They did win the Serie A in 1976. So, contrary to popular belief, that 1949 season was not the last time Torino won the top Italian league. That was 1976. So that was amazing how they finally got back their title and all that. But the 1949 season would be huge. There were still 5 games left in the Serie A squad, and Torino was on top. However, every Italian team agreed to play their backups against Torino's backups as a sign of respect and all that. Torino still won the title. And that, as I said, that 1949 title was not the last time Torino won the Serie A. That was 1976. Still a long time ago. My brother was born that year. Excuse me. Unfortunately for Francisco Ferreira, he did not take this well. Remember, he's the Benfica player who had that honorary match between Torino and Benfica to support him. He may be going to Torino. And then, of course, the Italian team lost that game, but returned to Turin, but the plane crashed into the Basilica Superga. And the 5-time champs of Italy, Gran Torino, was destroyed. Ferreira was devastated. He couldn't sleep. He sent money to the relatives of the victims and added a picture of a black flame of the Gran Torino team to his personal trophy room. He stayed at Benfica till 1952. I mean, I don't blame the guy for this stuff because of what happened. Why is someone trying to call me? I'm doing everything right. Anyhow, so the 1949 crash was huge. It wiped out an entire team and wiped out a lot of the Italian national team. And Italy, as a national team, wouldn't recover as much till 1962, if memory serves me right, that they really got back on level terms with everybody else. So that's just gut-wrenching, don't you think? Anyway, I'm Jeff Diamond. I do.